Recording in progress.
Hi guys, good evening. So all are getting my screen and voice, please confirm. Fine. So yesterday we have started, yesterday our first class is done. So just I have given the course content in yesterday's session. So this is the course content which we discussed in yesterday's session. Please have a look into this once. So our course name is Master Program on DevOps with AWS. Trainer is myself. I'm Raju. I have 10 plus years of experience. Currently I'm working as a senior technical specialist. As a trainer, I have 7 plus years of experience. Right? So this is brief about myself. Next, coming to our course content, the entire course I am going to divide into 7 parts. Here I told right, the course name is DevOps with AWS. This course I have divided into 7 parts. What 7 parts are there? First, part 1, I am going to talk about introduction of the DevOps. Introduction of the DevOps I am going to discuss it here. Next, as part 2, I am going to discuss Linux with shell scripting. Next, as part 3, I am going to discuss DevOps tools. DevOps tools we are going to discuss. Once DevOps tools are completed, next I will talk about AWS cloud. Right after AWS cloud is completed, I will talk about a real-time project. I will set up end-to-end real-time project. Here I am going to show where DevOps is coming to the picture in the real time. Everything I am going to show it here. Once part 5 is completed, so next I am going to discuss Python scripting. By using Python scripting, how to automate the DevOps tools. By using Python scripting, how to automate the DevOps tools, I am going to discuss it here. Right after completing part 6, part 7, here I am going to give some interview guide and resume preparation. Right, I am going to discuss both it here. So this is our course content, guys. Total course I have divided into 7 parts. Please have a look into this once. Please have a look into this. Entire course is divided into 7 parts. Please have a look into this. Right. So what DevOps tools we are going to cover? What DevOps tools we are going to cover? So these are the DevOps tools which we are going to discuss. These are the DevOps tools which we are going to discuss. First, I'm going to discuss about GitHub. GitHub I'm going to discuss. Next, I'm going to discuss Maven. Next, I'm going to discuss SonarQube. Both we are going to discuss in detail, guys. Both we are going to discuss. AWS is the cloud computing. So they are providing the infrastructure and everything to us. Instead of taking the missions, right, instead of doing the infrastructure setup, right, I'm going to take the support of AWS cloud. So this AWS is providing for the rent, guys. How many servers you want? All those servers this AWS is going to provide for rent. We are going to take the missions from the AWS. We are going to take Linux missions from the AWS. There we are going to do this entire setup, guys. Okay. See, guys, these are the DevOps tools which we are going to discuss. GitHub, Maven, SonarQube, Jenkins, Ansible, Terraform, Docker, Docker Swarm, Kubernetes, ELK stack, Grafana, Prometheus, Nexus, etc. Like this, around 15 DevOps tools we are going to discuss, guys. Approximately 15 DevOps tools we are going to discuss it here. Once all these DevOps tools are completed, next I will jump into AWS Cloud. In AWS also, we are going to discuss 15 plus services. 15 plus services we are going to discuss it here. All these services we are going to discuss. EC2, S3 bucket, Route 53, EBS, ASG, all these are the services which we have in AWS. All these services also we are going to discuss. Once you guys are clear about all these 15 services, you guys can do the certification also on AWS, guys. So that much in-depth knowledge we are going to provide it here. Right? Approximately, I'm going to spend more than 1 month time on these AWS services only. Right? More than 1 month of the time I'm going to spend on these AWS services only. Right? So coming to these DevOps tools, the main DevOps tools, this Jenkins is one of the main DevOps tool. Next, Docker, Docker Swarm, and Kubernetes. These three are the main DevOps tools. These three, we are going to spend 1 month of the time. We are going to spend 1 month of the time, guys. Right? Docker, Docker Swarm, Kubernetes, right? All these things which we are going to discuss, guys. Okay. So here Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, we are going to spend 1 month on this, right? On only AWS Cloud, we are going to spend 1 month, guys. Okay. Fine. So next, so course details, guys. Already yesterday we discussed it is 3 months course. In this 3 months we are going to discuss Linux, DevOps, AWS Cloud, Python scripting. All these things we are going to discuss. Right? Daily live classes are available from Monday to Saturday, 1.5 hour session. Right? Daily class notes I will provide and the recorded videos also I will provide, guys. Right? Right. So these are the details of what we discussed in yesterday's session. So just I have given the course content in yesterday's session. So this is the course content. Guys, please put on mute. Clear? Please have a look into this course content once. So entire course I have divided into 7 parts. These are the 7 parts. Introduction of DevOps, Linux with shell scripting, DevOps tools, AWS Cloud, real-time projects, Python scripting, interview guide, and resume preparation. What DevOps tools we are going to discuss? So these are the DevOps tools which we are going to discuss. These are the DevOps tools: GitHub, Maven, SonarQube, Jenkins, Ansible, Terraform, Docker, Docker Swarm, Kubernetes, ELK Stack, Grafana, Prometheus, Nexus, etc. Right? Approximately around 15 DevOps tools we are going to discuss, and 15 plus AWS services also we are going to discuss it here. Right. So now, what is DevOps? What is the DevOps? So anyone have any idea on this? Right, please respond on chat, guys. What is DevOps? Please respond on chat. What is DevOps? Guys, the classes should be two-way communication. When I ask the questions, please respond on the chat box. What is the DevOps? Anyone have any idea? DevOps is a combination of development plus operations. DevOps is a combination of development plus operations. What is DevOps, guys? It is a combination of development and operations. DevOps is not a programming language. DevOps is not a tool. DevOps is not a framework, guys. Then what is this DevOps? Then what is this DevOps? It is not a technology. It is not a programming language. It is not a tool. It is not a framework. Then what is this? Then what is this? It is a culture. It is a process. Correct. It is a culture or process or set of practices, guys. See, let me open Google. There we will see. Let me open Google here. Just let me type what is DevOps. What is DevOps? So here you can able to see. DevOps is a set of processes that combines software development and IT operations. Development plus operations is nothing but what? DevOps, guys. It is set of practices, guys. It is not a tool. It is not a programming language. It is not a technology. Just it is a culture, guys. It is a process. By using this DevOps culture, we can deliver the project to client as quickly as possible. By using this DevOps culture, what is the main advantage of this DevOps culture? We can deliver the project as quickly as possible to client, guys. Let me add those steps. What is DevOps? DevOps is not a technology. Otherwise, take like this. DevOps is a set of practices. DevOps is a set of practices or culture that combines software development and IT operations. Read this statement, guys. DevOps is a set of practices or culture that combines software development and IT operations. Guys, don't feel DevOps is a technology or DevOps is a tool or DevOps is a programming language. Just it is a process, guys. Just it is a culture. Just it is set of practices, right? It will combine the development and operations. That is called as DevOps, guys. Okay, so with this DevOps, what we can do, we can deliver the project to client as quickly as possible. With this DevOps culture, we can deliver the project to client as quickly as possible, easily and quickly, right? Easily and quickly. With this DevOps culture, we can deliver the project to client easily and quickly. Right? Why we are using this DevOps culture? Why we are using this DevOps? DevOps is used to automate the project delivery process, guys. Project delivery process. DevOps is used to automate the project delivery process to client. Understood, guys? Right. So here, observe carefully, guys. Let me take one diagram. Then you guys will get more clarity. Let me draw the diagram, guys. 1 minute. Right, see here what I am going to do. Observe carefully. Right, if you go with any project, we have two teams are available, guys. If you go with any project, there we have two teams are available. What teams are available? One is development team. Development team is available. Second one is operations team is available. Operations team. Development team and operations teams are available. Development team means not single person, guys. Not single person. Multiple developers are involved. Development team means multiple developers are available. See here, let me take so developer 1, developer 2, developer 3. So like this, we have group of developers. What these developers will do? These developers will develop the code, guys. These developers will write the code. Right? After writing the code, where these developers will put the code? So these developers will put entire code into one remote server. This is the development team. Dev team, we will call it as dev team. So dev team will develop the code and they will put the code in one remote server. One remote server, guys. Remote server. Right, we are going to use remote server. We are going to use GitHub as the remote server. We are going to use GitHub as the remote server. Guys, observe carefully. Developers will write the code according to our project requirement. After writing that code, what these developers will do? This developer will put that code in one remote server. That remote server, GitHub, we are going to use, guys. Right? So, guys, now tell me, here assume this is the Java project, which I developed this project. I developed this project by using Java programming language. So now tell me, can I give this entire Java code to the client directly? Guys, please confirm. Can I give this Java code to the client directly? Client can able to understand our Java code? Guys, please respond. Here, I have developed the project by using Java programming language. Now, can I give this Java code to the client directly? We can't. Client can't able to understand Java code. If a client can able to understand the Java code, he can only will do the project, right? He won't give to us. He don't know the Java programming language. So if you give this Java code directly to the client, he can't able to understand. So then what we need to do? See, guys, here we have servers are available, guys. We have other systems. We have other systems are there. So there some servers are available. So this is server 1. This is server 2. This is server 3. Multiple servers. We will deploy our project into multiple servers, guys, not single server. If you deploy the single server, that server can't able to manage the load, guys. See, suppose if you have the Facebook application or Amazon application, if you deploy that Amazon application in single server, sometimes, guys, festival season, Amazon people will put some offers, guys. At that time, per 1 minute, lakhs of requests will come to that server. For 1 minute, lakhs of requests are coming to the server means this server may get crashed, guys. So that's why this server can't able to handle that much of the load. That's why we need to deploy our application into multiple servers, not in single server. We need to deploy the application into multiple servers, not in a single server. Remember that point, guys. Okay. Right, guys. So these are the missions, guys. These are the missions which I took. In these missions, we have the server, web server I took. Some web server I took in these missions. Web servers I am taking it here. Right? So, and here I have one database also. Here I have one database also. All these missions are connected with, all these servers are connected with one DB also. This is the database. Database guys. Okay. Now observe carefully. Right. This server is connected with this database. This server is connected with this database. This server is connected with this database. Okay, so all the servers are connected with database guys. See guys, and so here I developed this project by using which programming language? Java programming language. Now if you want to run this project in these servers, compulsory you should have Java in these missions also. If you want to run this application in these missions, these are the mission guys. These are the missions, right? This is mission 1. So this is mission 2. This is mission 3. So in these missions, I have installed one web server. I have installed web server in these missions. At the same time, to run this application, whatever the softwares are required, all those softwares we need to install on these missions also. To run this project, whatever the softwares are installed in this mission, all those softwares we need to install in all these missions also. Then only you can able to run this application guys. Otherwise you can't able to run this application on these missions. Right. So now purchasing these many number of missions and purchasing the servers and installing the softwares in those missions, it is very difficult process. For that, what I am going to do, it is too costly guys. Purchasing the servers and all these things are very costly. So that's why what I am going to do here, I am going to take as rent guys. I am going to take for rent from the AWS, right? This everything we will get from AWS guys. Everything we are going to get from AWS cloud. From AWS cloud, we are going to get how many number of missions you want. You can take those many number of missions from the AWS cloud with whatever the configuration you want guys. Okay. So now here, so whatever the application is developed by developers, that application they put inside this remote server. So now I want to deploy this application in all these missions guys. In all these servers, I want to deploy this application. Right now, I want to deploy in this mission, and I want to deploy in this mission, and I want to deploy in this mission. Right. 10 to 15 years back guys, 10 years back. So this everything, this entire process will be done manually. This entire process, manual process guys. Earlier 10 years back, right, this everything is the manual process. But because of that manual process, it is taking a lot of time. It is taking a lot of time, and we are failing to deliver the project to client as quickly as possible. Right? We are taking huge time to deliver the project to client guys. So that's why what we are doing. So now we are not doing this entire process manually. We are not doing this entire process manually. Here DevOps came into the picture. Here one person DevOps came into the picture. With this DevOps, we are automating this entire process. We are automating the project delivery process guys. Developers are developed the code and they put inside the remote repository. Now this DevOps came into the picture. What this DevOps is doing, right, it is automating the process of delivery the project to the client guys. It is automating the process of the delivery, right? As quickly as possible, it will deliver the project to client guys. Right here, what operations it is doing guys? What DevOps operations it is performing? What operations are there? Observe carefully. Here, multiple operations are there. First one is, if you want to do anything, first you should have the infrastructure guys. You should have the infrastructure. See, I want to start one restaurant. If you want to start one restaurant business, first you guys should have one big place, guys. One place is required. So in that you guys should have some tables and some chairs, kitchen setup, everything is required. Then only you can able to start the restaurant business. Here also, if you want to deploy any application, first you should have infrastructure setup. Infrastructure setup, then only you can able to deploy, right? Before deploying the application, we should have infrastructure. Infrastructure setup is required. Infrastructure setup is required, right? Infrastructure setup means what we required? We required machines, we required software installations, we required server setup, we required database setup, we required some storage setup, we require some internet. All those things will come under infrastructure only. Here we required multiple things, guys. So first one, what we required? Infrastructure setup, right? Infrastructure setup means what we required here. First one is machines. Some machines are required. Second one is internet. Some internet connection must be required. Third one is we need to install some softwares. Software installations. Next, after software installations, we need some server setup. Servers we need to set up. Next, we need to set up the database. Database we need to set up. Next, some storage setup we required. Storage we required. So like this, all these things are required, guys, right? This is the infrastructure setup, right? Before deploying the project, first we should have the infrastructure. Once infrastructure is ready, what is the next job? Whatever the code developers are uploaded into the remote server, we need to download that code. We need to take that code, guys, right? From this GitHub repository, we need to take the code. What we need to do? Second step, right? Take the code from GitHub. From GitHub, we need to take the code. This is the second operation which we need to perform, right? Next time, right? Can you give this code directly to the client? No, we can't able to give this code directly to the client. What we need to do? We need even you can't able to give this code to the system also. Even your computer also can't able to understand this Java code. Your computer can able to understand binary language. So here, after taking the code from the GitHub repository, we need to compile the code. We need to compile the code and package the code. Package the code as var file or jar file, whatever it. Guys, first we need to take the code from this GitHub repository and we need to compile that code and we need to package that code as the var file or jar file, right? This is the second operation which we need to perform. Sorry, this is the third operation which we need to perform. Right, once the third operation is completed, what is the fourth operation we need to perform? Whatever the code we downloaded from the GitHub repository, that code quality we need to check, guys. Developers are provided quality code or not, we need to check. Right here, code reviews. We need to perform code reviews at here. Code reviews we need to perform to quality check, guys, to check the quality. Right? After code review is completed, then we will deploy this project into the servers. Deploy the project. Right. All these are the DevOps operations, guys. All these are the DevOps operations. Earlier, this everything, right? This entire process manually people will do, guys. Earlier, 10 years back, right, this entire process people will do manually. Because of that manual process, it is taking a lot of time. So that's why this DevOps came into the picture. With this DevOps operations, right, we can deliver the project to client as quickly as possible. Understood, guys? Right, first we need to do the infrastructure setup. Next we need to take the code from the GitHub repository. Next we need to compile the code and we need to package the code as the var file. Next we need to do the code reviews. Finally we will deploy the project into the servers. Right guys, here two parts are available. Here two parts are available guys. What two parts are available? Here we have two parts. What two parts are available? See guys. So this process will do by developers. This is the developers activity. Developing the code and uploading that code into GitHub remote repository. This is the development team activity. Right? So this is the second part. Right? So here, right, so infrastructure setup, downloading the code from the GitHub repository, compiling the code, packaging the code, doing the code review, deploying the project. So this is the operations team activity. So this is the operations team job guys. Operations team. Right here, what we are doing, we are combining both. We are combining both development team activity and operations team activity. This is called as DevOps. This is called as DevOps guys. Is it clear guys? Here two teams are involved, development team and operations team. What development team will do? According to project requirement, based on the project requirement, they will develop the code and they will test that code in their local machines. Once it is working fine, they will upload that code into the remote server. Here we can use remote servers and we can write remote servers. GitHub we can use, and some companies will use Bitbucket also. Bitbucket. Right, some companies will use GitHub as the remote server, some companies will use Bitbucket as the remote servers. Once development is completed, once testing is completed, so next development team will upload the code into the remote server. So this is the development team activity. Right, so next here, what operations team will do? They will download the code from the remote server, they will compile that code and they will convert as a package var file, and they will do the code review, and finally they will deploy the project into the servers. This is the operations team activity. Development plus operations, right, is nothing but what? DevOps. Right, see guys, read the statement. DevOps is a combination of development plus operations. DevOps is a set of practices. These are the practices guys. These are the practices. All these are the set of practices. Right? What are the set of practices? Set up the infrastructure, downloading the code, compiling the code, packaging the code, code reviews, deploying the project. These are the set of practices. See guys, DevOps is a set of practices or culture or process that combines the software development and IT operations. With this DevOps culture, we can deliver the project to client easily and quickly. Right? Earlier 10 years back, we don't have this DevOps culture. Right? Manually, people will do this entire process. If you go with manual process, it will take lot of time, guys. Lot of time. Just to do the infrastructure setup only, it will take lot of time, guys. It will take lot of time just to do the infrastructure setup. Simple guys. If you want to start any restaurant business, first you need to identify the place. Right? You need to spend minimum 1 month of time to identify the proper place. Next, you need to purchase the tables, chairs and everything guys. For that, again you need to spend some time. Right? Next, you need to do some kitchen setup and everything. For that, again it will take some time. Right? So to complete that entire manual process, it will take minimum 3 to 4 months of the time, guys. Right? Next, one more thing, guys. One more simple example I will give. Right? So in our home, we have some function, guys. We have some function at our home. Right? Now, what you will do, guys, for that function, I want 500 chairs and 100 tables are required, guys. right? Tent house is required, 500 chairs are required, 100 tables are required, guys. What you will do, guys? You will purchase all these things. After completing the function, there is any use with these items? Is there any use with these items? There is no use, right? There is no use. That is one problem. And if you want to, right, to keep in our home all these items, you need a lot of space also. Understood, guys? Is it clear what I am telling? For at your home, there is one function, marriage function or birthday function is there. For that, total 500 chairs are required and 100 tables are required. If you purchase all these things, right, you need to spend a lot of money. Right? Once the function is over, where you will put all these items? To place all these items, you need some space. And right, you are investing a lot of, for one time usage, you are investing a lot of money. That is a waste of money. And so that's why instead of purchasing everything, what we are doing, we are going for rent, guys. Right? In our villages, tent house, shamian, they will give tent house, what we call tables, chairs, and cooking items, everything they will give for rent, guys. Same here also. This AWS cloud is providing machines and infrastructure, everything for a rent, guys. I don't know, right, how long my business will run. I don't know how long my business will run, guys. Maybe 1 month or 2 months or 1 year. I don't know. So for that, purchasing, right, machines and maintaining the power backup. See here, power backup also required. Power backup, internet connections, software installations. Right? So this is very headache process, guys. This is a headache process. That's why AWS is providing all these things for rent. I'm going to take as rent from this AWS cloud, guys. Okay. Right. So next what I'm going to do here, I'm going to download the code from the GitHub repository. Right here, tell me, guys, for storing the code we are using GitHub. This is one DevOps tool, guys. GitHub is one DevOps tool. Here you can see. First one only we are going to understand what is GitHub. Right? GitHub we are going to understand. So next part, guys. Right, to do this infrastructure setup, right, to do this infrastructure setup, we are going to use Terraform. With the Terraform, we will do the infrastructure setup, guys. See, guys, here we have Terraform tool also available. Right. So next, we need to download the code from the GitHub repository. For downloading the code, right, for downloading the code, what we are going to use here, we are going to use Git, guys. We are going to use Git for downloading the code from the GitHub repository. Next, we need to compile the code and package the code, guys. So for this purpose, we are going to use Maven tool. We are going to use Maven. Maven is a build tool. See, guys. Right, GitHub is there, Maven is there, right, Terraform is there. Next here, code reviews we are going to do. For this code reviews purpose, we will use SonarQube. We will use for code review purpose. See, guys, here we are going to learn SonarQube also. Next, for deployment purpose, this is very, very important. For deployment purpose, we are going to use Jenkins. Guys. See here, we are going to learn Jenkins also. GitHub, Maven, SonarQube, Jenkins, Terraform, all the Ansible. If you want to do the configurations, guys, in 100 servers, I want to do some set of configurations. Then we will use this Ansible. Right? Terraform we will use for infrastructure setup. Ansible we will use for configuration purpose. Right, guys? Clear? All these tools we are going to use, guys. By using all these tools, we are automating the delivery process. We can deliver the project as quickly as possible to the client. If you don't have this DevOps culture, you need to do this entire thing manually. To do this entire thing manually, it will take lot of time and lot of money. Understood, guys? Now is this clear? What is DevOps? Please respond, guys. Please respond in chat box. So here we are combining development activity and operations activity. This is called as DevOps. We are combining both development activity and operations activity, that is called as DevOps. So we are using DevOps culture to simplify the project delivery process, guys. Why we are using DevOps culture? To simplify the project delivery process. Client can't able to understand the code. We can't able to give that code to the client directly, guys. See here, you guys need to remember one point. Inside the remote server, we have the Java code. Right? We can't able to give this Java code to the client directly. Client can't able to understand this Java code. We need to give some understandable format, some executable format we need to give. Right? How you will get that executable format? Maven will convert that, guys. Maven will compile that code and it will convert as a var file. So that var file we are deploying into the servers, guys. Understood what Maven is doing? It is converting the code from Java to computer understandable format, binary format. So after that we are packaging that code as a var file. We are compressing, guys. We are zipping, right? Same way we are packaging that entire code as a var file and we are going to deploy this var file into the servers. We are not going to give the code, Java code to the client. The client can't able to understand the Java code. Right? Earlier, these operations will do manually, guys. This entire operations will do manually, but that manual process will take lot of time. That entire manual process will take lot of time. Now we are going to automate that process. We are going to automate this entire process. How we are going to automate this entire process? By using DevOps culture. By using DevOps culture, we are going to automate this entire process. Is this clear, guys? Please. Guys, please respond. Is it clear? Respond in chat box, guys. Now what is DevOps is clear. What is DevOps? Why we are going for this DevOps culture? Is it clear? Varun, is it clear? So now go through these points. DevOps is a combination of development and operations. DevOps is a set of practices or culture that combines software development and IT operations. With this DevOps culture, we can deliver the project to client easily and quickly. DevOps is used to automate the project delivery process to client, guys. Please go through these points once. Please go through these points once. Please have a look into this diagram also. So where we are using what tools? Right here we are using GitHub and Bitbucket, guys. Earlier 10 years back, people used SVN, ClearCase, all these also remote repositories only, but outdated, guys. Now companies are using GitHub and Bitbuckets only. Most of the companies are using GitHub and some of the companies are using Bitbucket also. Right guys, now try to understand these tools guys. First you guys should have the clarity on these tools, which tool will do which activity. Right, what is this GitHub guys? It is a remote server. This is remote server where developers will upload the entire code. That is the GitHub guys. GitHub is the remote server. Next, Maven guys. What is this Maven? It is a build tool guys. Maven is a build tool, right? See, let me add the point here. GitHub. What is GitHub? It is a repository. It is a repository where all developers will upload the code or will store the code guys. It is a repository where all developers will upload the code guys, right? So next one is the Maven. So what is the purpose of this Maven? Maven is a build tool. It is a build tool. What this build tool will do? It will compile the code and packaging the code guys. Maven is a build tool. It will compile and package the code guys, right? So next one is what? Next one, SonarQube. What is the purpose of SonarQube? What is the purpose of SonarQube? For code review purpose. We will use for code review purpose. We will use this one. Okay. Next, Jenkins guys. What is the purpose of Jenkins? For deployment process. It is a deployment tool guys. By using this Jenkins, we can do the deployment, right? Next, Terraform. What is the purpose of Terraform? What is the purpose of Terraform? Right, infrastructure setup, to automate the infrastructure creation. Infrastructure creation in AWS cloud. To automate the infrastructure creation in AWS cloud, we will use this Terraform. Next, Ansible. So what is the purpose of this Ansible? Configuration management software guys. It is a configuration management. We will use for configuration management purpose. Right? So next, what other tools we are going to understand? Terraform, Ansible, Jenkins, SonarQube, Maven, GitHub. Right? So this is Docker. What is the purpose of this Docker guys? Very, very important tool. What is the purpose of Docker? Containerization platform guys. Right? Containerization, right? By using this, we can deployment will become simplified guys. With this Docker, deployment will become simplified. Docker is what? Containerization platform. It is a containerization platform guys. By using this, we can simplify the deployment process guys. Deployment will be simplified with this Docker containerization. right? What is Kubernetes? Kubernetes is a orchestration platform. Kubernetes, it is a orchestration platform. Orchestration platform. We will discuss this. We will discuss in detail what is containerization, what is orchestration, everything we will discuss. Everything we will discuss, guys. Right? What other tools are there? What other tools? Now you guys clear what we will do with GitHub, what we will do with Maven, what we will do with the SonarQube, what we will do with the Jenkins, what we will do with Ansible, what we will do with the Terraform, Docker, Kubernetes. Right? So next one is Grafana. Grafana. What is this Grafana, guys? Visualization software, guys. It is a visualization software. Visualization software. We will discuss what is visualization software and right. Next one is Prometheus. What is this Prometheus, guys? This is the monitoring software. Monitoring software. This is the monitoring software, guys. Right? So next one is ELK. ELK. What is this ELK, guys? This is the logs monitoring tool, guys. We will use this one for logs monitoring. Logs monitoring purpose. We will use this one, guys. Please have a look into this. Please have a look into these tools, guys. GitHub we are going to use as the remote server, right? So there only all developers will store the code. Maven we are going to use as the build tool, right? What Maven will do, it will compile the code and it will package the code. Next to SonarQube, we will use this SonarQube for code review purpose. Next to Jenkins. Here we will create the pipelines, guys. In Jenkins, we will create the pipelines. Right? What this Jenkins will do, it will do the deployment process. Next, Terraform to automate the infrastructure creation. Here you can see infrastructure creation means first part, guys. So this is the infrastructure part. By using Terraform, we are automating the infrastructure creation in AWS cloud. Next one is Ansible. By using Ansible, what we are doing, we are configuring the softwares in the servers, guys. We are configuring the softwares in the servers remotely. We will use for configuring management purpose. Docker, it is the containerization platform. Containers, guys. Here we will discuss, right, how to create the Docker images, what is the Docker file, right, how to store the Docker images into the public registry, how to store the Docker images into the private registry. With this Docker images, how you will create the containers, Docker containers we need to create, how to create the Docker containers by using Docker images. All those things we are going to practice at here. Next, Kubernetes is a orchestration platform. Orchestration platform, guys. Right? Grafana, we will use this one for visualization purpose, guys. Visualization purpose, we will use this Grafana. Next one is Prometheus. What is the purpose of this Prometheus? It is the monitoring tool, guys. For monitoring purpose, we will use this Prometheus. ELK, this is the log monitoring tool. So we will see the logs by using this ELK, guys. Here we will discuss Elasticsearch, Kibana, Logstash, everything we will discuss it here. Clear, guys? What DevOps tools we are going to discuss? You guys got the idea what is DevOps? What tools we are going to discuss in DevOps? AWS is separate, guys. We will discuss 15 plus AWS services. Just here I mentioned DevOps tools. Please respond. Is this clear what we are going to discuss? What tools we are going to discuss? Respond, guys. Fine. So what is the DevOps? what tools we are going to use in our DevOps culture, right? We cleared now. Okay, right. So in tomorrow's session, we will discuss why this DevOps and what is SDLC, software development life cycle, and what methodologies are available in SDLC, what is waterfall methodology, what is agile methodology, what is the differences between waterfall methodology and agile methodology, what advantages are there in waterfall methodology and what disadvantages are there in waterfall methodology, what advantages are there in agile methodology. All those things we will discuss. So once this agile methodology, waterfall methodology, everything is completed, we will talk about DevOps life cycle. DevOps life cycle we will discuss. Okay, guys. Guys, first initial 2 to 3 days I will take 1 hour, 1 hour. Once batch is confirmed, I will take 1.5 hour, guys. Right, 7:30 to 9. Daily I will take class 7:30 to 9. There is no change in the timings, guys. Monday to Saturday I will take the class. Monday to Saturday I will take the class 7:30 to 9. Okay. Fine, guys. Right. Guys, once batch is confirmed, once group is confirmed, right, for entire group I will give the access for this recordings also, guys. I can't able to share one by one, guys. I can't able to share one by one. Once batch is confirmed, right, I will put all these records in one cloud. I'm going to place all these records in cloud. I will give the access for that, guys. For your mail IDs, I will give the access for that. Okay. Already I'm recording the sessions. Once batch is confirmed for all those people, I will give the access for this. Okay. Fine, guys. So tomorrow we have the class at 7:30. 7:30, guys. Tomorrow we have the class at 7:30. Okay. We will discuss. We will continue tomorrow. Thank you, guys. I'm stopping it here. Thank you.
Recording stop.